Okay, a little wide angle view here. Series X came in, shorted out. Power supply was working just fine. I'm using my big ass power supply over there. I got the ground connected, and I have ground connected and then just 12 volts on this thing. This rail here, just all these rails, all these 5 pins on this side is positive, or like, yeah, 12 volts, and then this is just ground, so that doesn't matter. And if you stick it here, it's just gonna spark because it's just ground, and you're just maxing out the the fucking amps on the power supply. Put it here, no spark, but it's still pulling 7 amps. This machine maxes out at 7 amps. And I got the thermal camera. I'm gonna hook it up right now, and we're gonna see exactly what is what's shorting out and what's killing the processor side of the board. And we'll see what we can find the problem. Okay, I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I have the camera hooked up. Here's my hand. The connector's right here. The whole board, you can barely see it. But there it is. The connector's right there. I'm going to connect the 12 volt line. It's pulling 7 amps. I'm going to check the board. Something wrong on this over here. Everything's good. Good. Towards the middle. Oh, there it is. Right there. Get closer. Let's unplug it. Immediately cools down. Plug it back in. Boiling hot. What's it getting to? 107 degrees. It's not bad. But there's our short. Let's see if we can find it. It's going to be on number, what do you see? Number 2 going up. It's going to be one of the capacitors there. Let's see what we can find. So, going back to the camera, let's plug it back in. And let's see over here. Just see exactly, here we can see exactly what's causing the problem. We said it was number 2 going up. It's going to be one of these little capacitors. More likely, it's going to be one of these 2 guys here. And one way we can check, get a good friend alcohol, get it nice and soaked there, and let's see if we can find the problem. No, nothing with alcohol. Remember the short was only pulling, well, it was only getting to what, 107 degrees, so it wasn't really getting that hot. So hopefully we can yeah, it's super cold. It's not even pulling enough heat. Let's see if we can find another way to find exactly which of those 2 is causing the problem. Just want to go ahead and double check. Make sure it's right. Yeah, right there. I can't really see though. In the macro view, see if we can get the. See it? You can barely make it out, but it's gonna be the second capacitor there, the middle one, right there. It's barely pulling any heat, so let's go ahead and remove it. I did pull it out. So you can get it focused real quick. So you remove it right there. Remove it completely. And now when we plug it in, it is 12 volts, so it's not gonna really hurt the board or anything. This is exactly what the power supply outputs 12 volts all the time, so it won't really hurt it. So now we plug it in. We're not getting a short. Everything's good. No power, hardly any power draw. Let me zoom in, sorry. Right there, you get a little flicker. When you do plug it in, it's normal. Right there. Everything's good. No power draw. Plugged in. Found the problem. This little capacitor right there. And that's it. We're gonna put it back together real quick, see if it works, and call the customer. Hopefully you guys can see. We clean the CPU. I don't really like cleaning the outside area there because I don't want to damage the little capacitors or resistors that are all there. They're real delicate, so I just clean the top as best as they can. Here, clean the surface here. I've seen a lot of other shops will just put thermal paste and they just put the board back on there without messing with this. These are already flattened out, you know, and they're cold. They're hard. They're cold. So they're kind of even if you put it on there again and you put the X clamp, tighten it on there, it's not going to be the same. There's a chance that the RAM or even the VRM can overheat. So what I like to do, let's see if we can do it with one hand, but they come off pretty easily since they're really cold right now, and they're hardened because they've just gotten hot. They've been heat cycled several times. So I do this. They tend to crack and just like crumble real quick. But all you gotta do is massage it, get it warm, and it's like putty. It's like a putty. It'll start getting sticky again. You see, you just wash it off. It doesn't hurt you. But when I put it back together, I put individual putties on the center of each RAM, and then with a VRM, I remove the entire thing and roll it up against a ball, and then just roll it out into a long strand here, and then put thermal paste and then squish the board on there with the X clamp, and that makes sure that it squishes out like this. You see how all the VRM and all the capacitors have nice coverage there. That's what we want to do. Again, you know, we want to make sure it squishes around it and gets nice coverage on it. Because if we just put it back on there like that, this has already been imprinted and it's not going to have the proper cooling. Like, it's not going to cool properly. You're going to have the same problem where it's going to overheat and it's going to kill capacitors and, you know, mess all kinds of things up. So just take a couple minutes to do this. It won't hurt. And it just makes sure, you know, it's going to cool down properly. It's going to be better. It's going to be like factory. Okay, guys, we assembled it. Almost 98%. Got the power plugged in. Let's test it out. Got a beep. Fan spinning. Oh, there it is. Ooh. You think it's working? I can feel there's something in the DVD tray. Let's see what's in here. No? Oh yeah, right. You can feel it shaking. Pixels, nice. Let's put it back in there. And here we go. It's good to go.